News Channel Nebraska. The NSAA Girls State Basketball Championships on News Channel Nebraska are presented by Currency, Allo, Liberty First Credit Union, Woodhouse Auto, and by Midwest Bank.
Semi-final Friday down in Lincoln, and it is the afternoon slate Class B coming your way on News Channel Nebraska. Brandon Axelman, Andy Klassen with you. We saw the C1 games this morning. It's time for Class B, and game number one, Andy, we have the 1 seed, Omaha Skutt, turning into a perennial power as of late, hosting a school in its first year of existence. Right. Grenta East, we are looking forward to a good one. Andy, when you look at paper and how these teams match up, what are you seeing for this first game of the afternoon slate?
Well, both teams kind of mirror one another, right? The traditions. No, I mean, Skutt's been here so many times before. Great tradition with Skutt. Grenta East just getting started. So completely opposite ends of the spectrum as far as that goes. As far as how they like to play defense, it's high, it's octane, it's in your face, it's on ball pressure. But I love the matchup zone that Grenta East really likes to use. On the other side, man-to-man pretty much all the time for Skutt.
You referenced how they're different. Yeah. They're also similar in ways. Another big difference, a lot of specialists in basketball for Skutt. Eric McKay, he'll talk more about that shortly. Grenta East, this is a team of athletes and primarily soccer players that are doing okay. They make it to the semifinals in their first ever year.
That's what you really got to love about the coaching staff over here at Grenta East. They're playing to their strengths. They got a bunch of runners, a bunch of soccer players, track stars, so they're letting them get out and run. They love to run and gun. They love to press. The three-quarter press is something you're going to see a lot of here early. Let's see if it gives Skutt some problems.
Let's talk key players. First off, for Omaha Skutt, this is a familiar name. 4-year starter, Peyton McCabe. Floor general, does just about everything for the Skyhawks. She has been instrumental to their success this season and previously in other years as well.
And what's so interesting about her and what coaches love to talk about, how cool she is under pressure. Nothing phases her. She's broken a 26-year-old record at Skutt as far as all-time leading scorer. And of course, the three-point scoring record went down as well.
Flip side for Grenta East, we're going with the athlete, Carly Williams. She's averaging 14 points and 6 boards a game. She does a lot, and she is that pure athlete for the Griffins, one of many.
Yeah, not only is she athletic, Brandon, she is so tall, kind of a nightmare, a matchup nightmare when it comes to her being a point guard because she's so much taller, lengthier, and athletic than other guards that she faces. Is she going to cause McCabe some problems? We're about to find out.
Well, we reference the fact, Skutt, they are pretty dang good at basketball, have a lot of specialized players. Someone who's going to tell us more about the basketball prowess of the Skutt Skyhawks is the third member of our broadcast team, Eric McKay.
Thank you, Brandon. Establishing a winning culture. It's what every coach tries to do at every sport. If you're at Grenta East for Wade Coulter, he gets to establish the culture at a brand new school, decide what the identity of their school and their girls basketball program will be. But for Omaha Skutt, Kip Colony taking over 10 years ago, a culture had already been established, and now he has to try to change the culture and get it to where he wants it to be. The goal, he's been very open about this, bringing Omaha Skutt their first ever girls state basketball championship. That means doing things differently. It means going and playing holiday tournaments in Phoenix, Arizona. It means their mantra, unleashed last year, I am with you. They say it at the end of every practice. It means not only are they together in practice, they're together afterward. They do everything together, trying to establish a culture and trying to do what's never been done at Omaha Skutt Catholic, a program and a school with a lot of culture of success in a lot of sports, winning their first ever girls state basketball title. As far as I'm concerned, you want a winning culture, you go to Brandon Axelman and Andy Klassen. They're back with starting lineups and all the action coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same. Plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
And welcome back. We are minutes away from tip in our first Class B semifinal of the day. This matchup between Skutt and Grenta East is brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Here is our school spotlight brought to you by Currency. If you need help financing big ticket items, Currency is here to help. Not a whole lot to say about Grenta East, Andy, other than this is year number 1, and they are here, and they are excited about it. We're going to pause for the national anthem, come back and talk more about Skutt here on News Channel Nebraska.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us and our teammates will take us there.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
And welcome back. Starting lineup's about to be announced. We just started talking about our Currency School Spotlight and Grenta East. Again, this is their first year as a school and a program, and they have made it to the semifinals, which isn't bad. And on the flip side, you look at Omaha Skutt. They've been to state 10 times and runners-up each of the past 2 years. They're hoping they can get over the hump here this year, and as the 1 seed, that makes it the favorite. You know, of course, they have Elkhorn North that's going to be coming up next, but if you're Grenta East, you say, hey, you also have to get through us, and that's what they're going to try to do here in this
we showed
1 versus 4 battle.
You know, we showed that community spotlight, and their mascots are the Griffins. I absolutely love that. A little bit of character right off the bat. And they're batting 1,000, aren't they? 1 year of existence. They already got that first state trip under their belt. And, hey, why not come in with a bang, make a splash, opportunity to knock off one of the best all time, and that is Skutt Catholic.
And again, when you talk to Coach Kip Connell, he said, when I took this program over, I really wanted to work on changing the culture. He's in his 6th year, and he certainly has done that. When you look at, you know, they had 1 state runner-up in 2004, but in the past 6, he said, there's a standard when you play for Skutt basketball. And yeah, I mean, anything for sure. And for him specifically, you're seeing that translate now on the court. The past 2 years, they've made it to that last game, and they're hoping to make it 3 in a row.
To kind of compare it to a collegiate level, you kind of get stuck in that rut of, well, are you a basketball school, a football school? And Skutt, obviously a volleyball powerhouse in Class B for a long time, and maybe basketball got left behind a little bit. Head coach Kip Conley, he's changing that.
Here is a look at the starting 5 for Gretna East, consisting of Addison LaRock, Carly Williams, Taryn French, Sonora Delfini, and Haley Levinson rounding out your starting 5. And we talked about Williams. She's leading the way, averaging 14 points a game. Taryn French averages 10. Those are the 2 double-digit scores, but Delfini with 9 as well. And again, talking to Coach Wade Coulter, he said, I don't want to make any sort of excuse, but we are not a basketball-first school. We have soccer girls that are athletes, and I'm trying to play to their strengths. And, you know, it's working out all right thus far.
You know, and he's a young coach, young guy, and I really love his maturity and not over-coaching his team. Hey, I got athletes that like to get out and run, like to have fun. I'm going to let them do just that.
Flip side for the Skutt Skyhawks. We have an experienced group. It starts with Mia McMahon. Also, Molly Ladwig. We talked about Peyton McKay, but Ladwig, a junior, she's a great second option. She came up with 27 points in the quarterfinals prior to here. Then you have Addison Burt and Cameron Kasner rounding out the starting 5 for Skutt.
Yeah, all of them are capable scorers, and then you get to McCabe, an elite scorer. So there's a lot of different options that Omaha Skutt Catholic can lean on or go to if something isn't working. That's what one of the things, or the thing, that makes them so dangerous offensively is they have so many weapons at their disposal.
And how did they get here specifically? Well, Skutt defeated South Sioux City 66-32 in a comfortable defeat. Yeah, it's not bad. 1 versus 8. And then Gretna East taking down Waverly in the first round, 51-37. Waverly is the only team to have defeated Elkhorn North this year.
I was so impressed with that win, and I know it was chalk, right? 4 seed versus 5 seed, but taking down Waverly, an accomplished team, a proud tradition, and yes, the only team to beat Millard North in their existence, right? In-state team to beat Millard North is Waverly. And then they just took down Waverly the other day here at the state tournament on the biggest stage. Very impressive for a new program.
Glad that you're with us, Brandon Axemet, Andy Klassen, Eric McKay, for the first of 2 Class B semifinals. And we're ready to rock and roll. Skutt taking on Gretna here on NCN. The tip goes to Skutt, and you have Ladwig attacking right away, and it's a blocking foul called.
Wasting no time getting to the rack, and Delfini thought she might have took a charge. Today's officials, Nicole Wagner, James Hempel Jr., and Chris Janda. Wagner had that early call there just a moment ago.
Ladwig with the first point of the game. Again, the juniors averaging 17 points a contest this season. McCabe averaging 13. Board ripped down by Delfini.
So right out the gate, as expected, Skutt gets into their man-to-man half-court defense. And right away, McMahon gets her hands on a slow bounce pass.
And labeled as super scrappy by Coach Kip Connolly when talking about McMahon. We saw it there, jumping the passing lane. So it's 1-0 here, 30 seconds in. Tough defense, and travel is the call. That was Ladwig forcing it.
If you're a fan of the Griffins, you're probably okay with that travel, because otherwise she might have got a shove, a push-off call there. Didn't blow the whistle for the foul.
Getting a look at Wade Coulter in his first year with this program, and he's seen success at other schools. Lincoln Lutheran, went to Lincoln Northwest for 1 year, and now finds himself at Gretna East.
Whoa.
And you have a monster block down low. That's Haley Levinson with a denial.
My goodness. Well, she does lead the team in blocks, and you can see why. Great length, all ball.
Griffins with the steal.
Here's Williams, the lengthy guard. Great handles there.
Strong take to the basket for DeFeeney.
She's gotten off to a really good start defensively, offensively.
Little lapse on defense there, and Kasner makes Gretna East pay.
That's too easy. That's too easy for Skutt Catholic. Multiple defenders going to have to get back for the Griffins.
Tough defense being shown by Skutt. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Well,
and DeFeeney ran out of space.
It's really smart defense. You can see the spacing that they're using. They're playing off on some players that might not be looking to take that outside shot, and they're extending out man-to-man on some of the perimeter shooters, well aware of who's ready to pull the trigger and who's not.
And DeFeeney was able to draw the foul, gets herself to the line. 3 points for her.
Yeah, it's just one of those cases where good defense gets beat by great offense.
Rebound there by Ladwig. 2 minutes in of this first Class B semifinal at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Here on News Channel Nebraska, Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, and Eric McKay with you. Skutt, the top seed, taking on 4th seeded Gretna East in its first year as a program, and you have a steal. LaRock is coming the other way.
Griffin's doing such a nice job defensively, playing where the ball's gonna be, not where it's at.
And basket goes.
All right. Ladwig with a couple of rebounds, couple of nice takes to the hole early on here. Wasn't a rushed drive either. Just kind of methodically worked her way down to the rim.
Three on the way, just off the back of the iron from Levinson, and now Skutt quickly in transition. 2 shots coming up for Kasner.
That's twice now Kasner's been able to get behind the defense. Molly Ladwig, I mean, she's leading all rebounders right now at 3, and what an advantage when your point guard comes down with that board. She's got her eyes up, surveying the court. Twice now she's been able to advance the ball beyond the recovering defense. Now look at that baseball pass, right on point. Kind of reminiscent of Skutt's softball program. They're really good in softball too.
You have Maggie Pfaff, Sophia Lindsay, and Heather Wadsworth all checking in for Gretna East, as the second one goes for Kasner as well. She has 4 points. Glad you're with us for this first quarter. Brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. John Henry's our first quarter sponsor. It's 7-3 Skutt.
Oh.
And you have a steal there, McMahon with the pickpocket.
I just kind of feel unfair. Your first year in existence and you're already comfortable going 3 deep in the first quarter at state. Quite the roster they got over there at Gretna East.
3-pointer from the wing. Long from McMahon. And it's going to stay here with Skutt.
Quite the battle. Kasner getting pretty physical underneath there. I think the Griffins fans were looking for a foul.
We mentioned him earlier, but there is a look at Kip Connolly's 6th year with the program, going up against Wade Coulter in year 1 with Gretna East.
They both look like basketball guys, don't they?
Well, Wade Coulter, you saw he has the yellow jacket.
Oh, he's got that drip.
That he does. And he had a conversation with me, too. He did not wear this in the quarterfinals, as we do have a foul here for Ladwick. He said, I'm going to bust it out, you know, if we make it to the semis. No, he did say because he does appreciate our yellow jackets, but I think you could also argue he's wearing his school colors as well. So, hey, we'll take it.
Okay,
though.
We're right there. We're 1A, 2A. Okay.
Yep, that's fine. But again, has a history of getting programs to the state tournament that haven't traditionally been there. A few years ago with Lincoln Lutheran, he was able to do it. And now back to state, this time with Gretna East, as that layup goes off the rim, but Williams is fouled.
Okay, so that was a fantastic initial drive by Lindsay, but then Williams sneaking in there, getting position. Look at her get perfect position. Not only boxed her player out, but went and fought for that rebound.
So Williams, we talked about, you know, there being several great soccer athletes. Williams is one of them, already committed to the Huskers as a junior. So she'll be playing soccer here in Lincoln.
You know, it's just fantastic to see where we're playing on, you know, the Huskers court, and there's so many players that we've seen the past couple of days. They're going to be future Huskers.
Three and a half to go in this first quarter, and nothing but net for McCabe.
You knew it was going to come sooner or later. They've been putting a lot of attention defensively over towards McCabe. All she needs is that little bit of space there, Brandon. She can put it through the nylon.
Nice drive, just doesn't fall for Pfaff. 6-point advantage for Skutt as we're under 3 to go in the opening quarter. Gretna East has 4 ready to sub in. That one just a tad long for McCabe.
Pfaff with a really nice box out there. Maybe a little late getting over there to guard the shooter, but did a really nice job boxing out.
Mid-range jumper off the back of the iron, and you have diving for it. Great effort by Maddie Shelbourne.
Love the effort from both of these squads. And then how about the sportsmanship being shown there from Molly Ladwick going up over there and helping up Lindsay after diving for that loose ball. There she is.
Corner 3 and nothing but net. Again, this time, Libby Shikowski.
Perfect execution there in the open court. McCabe drawing the defense in, opening up more than enough space for the lethal shooter on the corner.
So we're under 2. And again, this isn't unfamiliar territory necessarily for Gretna East. Coach Coulter saying, you know, 3 on the shot clock, 2 on the shot clock. And that'll be a violation. But they aren't a team that scores over 40 too often. It's a matter of playing tough defense and, you know, using your athleticism to try to get those victories.
And their defense has been pretty gosh darn good throughout here. Just a couple of times where some of these lethal shooters for Omaha Skutt have been able to get some space beyond the perimeter. And of course, the Skyhawks have taken advantage.
Open 3, front of the iron, offensive board by McCabe. And jumpers in and out, and a solid rebound by Defini, but she's being mauled and is fouled.
excellent job being strong with the basketball, not allowing it to get tied up, got her elbows out there, using that pivot foot, drawing that whistle out, because it didn't come initially. Maybe it could have, but it eventually did. So give a lot of credit there to Defini being strong with the ball.
LaRock getting it up to Williams.
You got to appreciate how Williams is being very patient offensively. Right there, she could have forced something. She didn't. Backed it out, got into that half-court offense.
Under a minute to play here in quarter number 1 of the first Class B semifinal. That three just off the front of the rim from LaRock.
That was a good look.
On the other end, it's short. Offensive rebound. Burt kicks it back out. And the shot doesn't go for Ladwig, but a third opportunity here for Skutt. Shot clock is now off.
Skyhawks really working the boards right now. And I don't care how good a defense you are, given an offense like Skutt 3 cracks at it, usually doesn't fare too good for the old defense.
A couple of defensive substitutions here for Gretna East. Griffins hoping this stays a 9-point game heading into the second. And what a take by McCabe.
She set that up the whole way. She was looking to go left.
And then you have a turnover by Gretna East. Skutt could add more points before.
Yep, more than enough time here. Just over 4 ticks to get something done. Talman McCabe, though, getting that defense to finally lean a little bit to her right so she could take that burst really quick, first fast step to the left and finish with a little scoop lay-in.
Top of the key, it's strong from Ladwig, but if you're Skutt, you're feeling good after one. 15-4. Couple of threes dropping for the Skyhawks in the opening 8 minutes. They have an 11-point lead over Gretna East as you're watching the Class B semifinal here on News Channel Nebraska.
This is Emily with Family Physical Therapy at our Fountain Point location. Family Physical Therapy offers physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Our therapists are highly trained and certified in a variety of techniques, offering individualized care designed specifically to meet your needs. Our patients are welcome to a friendly environment, and our therapists are driven by their patients succeeding and meeting their goals. Family Physical Therapy proudly serving various locations throughout central and northeast Nebraska. Our goal is to get you back to work, back to play, back to life.
Public school teachers in Nebraska make a difference in our communities. I see it every day. Teachers connecting on a personal level with students and parents make our communities stronger. Our kids do better, community pride grows, and Nebraska thrives. Maybe that's why our public schools rank in the top 10 nationally year after year. Nebraska Public Schools. They are truly the heart of our communities.
Welcome back here to Pinnacle Bank Arena, second quarter, Class B semifinal between top-seeded Omaha Skutt and number 4 seed Gretna East. And Andy, it was clearly by the scoreboard, all Skutt in that first quarter. Gretna East getting the shots, they just weren't falling.
Yeah, they were. They're getting to the rim. They had some really nice offensive sets in the half court. You made a really good point saying how they wanted to keep it within 9. As you saw, another nice drive, but no finish. They're in kind of dangerous territory now, but I think if you're the Griffins, that's what you want. Keep it within 2 or 3 possessions, get down the stretch, kind of roll the dice and go with it in the fourth quarter, but you got to get there first. And right now, you know, being down 11, they got to get some offense going on here in the second quarter.
There's another take, doesn't go for Ladwig, but if you're Gretna East, you have to figure out a way to stop giving Skutt these second and third chance opportunities.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, they're trying to run a 2-3 zone right now, and Just excellent ball move. You saw it right there, inside out, across the court. Finding the red-hot Ladwig once again.
She's leading all scorers now with 8.
And all rebounders with 5.
Foul called on McCabe, her first personal.
Yeah, this is where Grenta East, you know, they got to be cognizant of where they're at. They need offense. I know that they probably know that, and they're trying, but maybe just take their time a little bit more. It seems that they have the jitters because they're missing some, you know, shots that they're used to making.
And the Skutt again getting out in transition.
Uh-oh.
3 on the way. Strong rebound. Ripped down by French.
Yep. Good battle underneath. Kasner once again tying it up. She's not afraid to mix it up down low.
Reminder that high school sports on NCN is presented by Allo, where they can help you rely on honest and hassle-free pricing, where you can ditch unclear terms, hidden fees, and unreliable service by switching to Allo today. That'll be out of bounds. Gretna East basketball.
So there you go. Good defensive stand. A couple of them here. Do something with it now on the offensive end.
See some full court pressure being applied by Skutt. The Griffins are able to break it.
There we go, and that made basket allows them to set up the 3-quarter trap.
And basket by Defini, who has 5 of the Griffins' 6 points.
Ooh.
And then Burt comes right back down and gets her first field goal.
Quick answer from the Skyhawks.
State basketball coverage on NCN is presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. It's also presented by Woodhouse Auto, convenience delivered every time. Defini putting it back up again, doesn't fall. Another offensive board ends up at the top of the key. And it's out off of Skutt. A reminder to stay tuned for our halftime highlights coming up, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true. Check them out in Lincoln or Grand Island.
I think those ladies have the same idea there. And hey, that is a nice place to go.
Just at the 3-minute mark here in this second quarter, 14-point lead for Skutt as they force another turnover. And they're getting the threes off, and there's another that goes. It's the 4th triple of the day. First for Addison Burt.
Excellent timeout there from head coach Wade Coulter. I mean, he's got to get that defense right. Skutt right now is playing with such great spacing. They're being able to catch and shoot without anybody in their face.
23-6 here on NCN. We'll be back.
A community is described as just a smattering of houses, everybody living together, but what makes it a community are the people that live in the house. Deschler is a community of about 750 people, and those individuals living in those houses have a common goal of improving their surroundings. That's where Midwest Bank comes in. We look out for each other. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. My name is Julie, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Deschler community.
Coming out of the timeout, Gretna East looking for answers here. Skutt firing on all cylinders, playing tough defense, and the shots currently not falling for the Griffins as we're about 4.5 to play before half. And there is a lay-in that goes for LaRock.
LaRock did a fantastic job elevating and finishing at the rack, taking on that secondary defender, going up and over.
And you have the second and third rebounds for Skutt, but Gretna East comes away unharmed this time. Tough defense by the Griffins, and now they have a 3-on-2.
Uh-oh.
That's unfortunately for them the last thing you can afford to do.
I've seen that a couple of times now where it just feels like they're maybe pressing just a little too much. And then on the flip side, Skutt just playing carefree. You know, they're not forcing anything. They're just working the ball around. Shooters are catching, shooting. You know, it just looks so smooth right now for the Skyhawks.
Well, coverage of state basketball is presented by Midwest Bank, where you can make your personal or business banking easier with mobile banking. Log to midwestbank.com for more details. Excellent drive, just a little bit heavy on the shot from McCabe.
Don't see that too often.
Nearing 3 minutes to go here before halftime. And again, if you're Gretna East, you're probably calling it a win if you get this to single digits before the break.
Right.
Then regroup at halftime. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And believe, yep, that's a double dribble as Kasner was trying to go on the break.
There's that pesky defense coming into play for Gretna East. You see some young Skyhawks there in the crowd. Got some signs by the t-shirt there. I think that's a McMahon fan there, number 3.
Now it's take your pick on whose jersey you want to wear. You have a lot of stars for this Skutt team that's trying to make it 3 years in a row. They advance to the state championship game. A nice shot by Ladwig.
I mean, just calm, cool, under control. Pull up Jay in the paint.
Ladwig now with 10. With that one falling. Defini's shot doesn't go. Pops back out to Williams, and her 3 is off the mark. 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, just 2 really good looks there for Gretna East, and they can't get anything to go.
Great defense there. Active hands from French to get the steal. Wide open 3 in transition. Rims out. Good shot from Lindsay. It was the look you wanted.
Yes, it was.
Inside to Kasner. Back out. Another wide open 3. And McCabe buries it.
From collegiate range. You know she has the range.
$20-point advantage for the top-seeded Skutt Skyhawks. That one in and out.
In and out. Are you kidding me? Just tough sledding for this Griffin offense right now. I mean, and I think they're doing a lot of good things on the offensive end, just not much scoring to show for it.
Less than a minute until halftime. $15 seconds on the shot clock, and there was nowhere to go for Williams. And then that'll be a foul on the Griffins.
I just think Gretna East really needs to get to this halftime break here and come out and really try to match the energy, the body language that, you know, Omaha Skutt is displaying compared to Gretna East right now. Lady Skyhawks playing with so much confidence, and why not? I mean, they're knocking down shots, creating stops defensively. Brutal crossover.
And McCabe with the head fake. Layup doesn't go for her. It'll be Gretna East basketball.
More than enough time to work this ball down the court, get a good look. Have a few offensive substitutions enter in for the Griffins. Might just set a ball screen here for Williams and say, go create, it's all you.
Rock gets it up in the hands of Pfaff. Reverse layup doesn't go either. And that will take us to halftime. All Omaha Skutt at the break, 28-8 over Gretna East. Stay with us here on News Channel Nebraska. Our halftime show is coming up next.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams. Financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Halftime here at Pinnacle Bank Arena on News Channel Nebraska, 28-8. Omaha Skutt Catholic with the lead over Gretna East. Gretna East, that's a school district that 2 years ago did not exist. Now, one of the biggest challenges when you start a new school, figuring out who actually goes there. So the borderline, more or less north of Nebraska Highway 370, you now go to East as opposed to Gretna High. Now, there are some rules. This is the last year you could be grandfathered into Gretna High. A senior this year could stay with Gretna. If you had an older sibling who was going to be a senior this year, you too could stay at Gretna. Everybody else had to go to East. Could make for some awkward situations, but it's also created some opportunities. Let's take a look at Wade Coulter's basketball team. Players like Addie LaRock, Carly Williams, Haley Levinson. They didn't even think about basketball at Gretna High. They came to East, had an opportunity to play. Incredible athletes, and you see the result. They're state semifinalists in Class B. And Wade Colson telling us that the relationship between High and East, pretty good for now. That might be changing, though, when Gretna drops to Class B again in a couple of years. Two guys who always know where they're going, Brandon Axum, Andy Klassen. They've got more in your halftime show.
Excellent stuff from Eric. Too kind to say we always know where we're going, Andy. I don't know if that's quite the truth, but
maybe a little reach there.
He did a great job of, just demonstrating and kind of walking us through, for the several years leading up to this, it was the town sort of divided, or how are they going to navigate the new high school and what will that look like? And to his point, Wade Coulter said they're not playing each other so much now in year one, but they both will be in the EMC conference moving forward, and then you'll start seeing each other a lot more, and then probably that natural, geographical rivalry may start to really ramp up, which makes things fun.
And Gretna was such a tightly knit community, and the entire town or city now, I guess, really rallied around their high school, kind of like a traditional, what you read about in books and seeing stories and stuff. And they've been one of the fastest growing communities in the state for a number of years. So this was a little bit of a long time coming, and you got to like what you're seeing there. I mean, kicking off March the right way, right? Some green hair there. You could just keep that on from now throughout the state tournament. And then, St. Patrick's Day right around the corner.
Green hair all month. You'll be good to go. Well, we're glad that you're with us. 7 minutes remaining here in halftime. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights that are brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where they have stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. And it's been a lot of Omaha. Skutt, how about that take by Molly Ladwig, who is scoring in double digits, leading all scorers at this point in time. But again, the three-point ball was falling for Skutt as well, which is no surprise. That one coming from McCabe, who has knocked down two. And he had another three. I believe that was Shutkowski, excuse me. And again, it was just a lot of threes falling, and it's not for a lack of effort from Gretna East defense, but this is a team that knows how to win and get their open shots.
Yeah, and multiple shooters. There you saw a nice press break. DeFini finally getting to the rack, getting one to go. But on the other side, Skutt, just too many lethal shooters shooting at will. Look at this, just kind of back and forth, finding shooters in space, defensive breakdown, and you can't have too many defensive breakdowns against a team like this. They'll make you pay.
And that last three knocked down by Addison Burt. Final basket of the half for Gretna East came by way of Addison LaRock. Again, just needing more offensive firepower, and trying to match Skutt is never going to be an easy task, but that's what the Griffins are forced to try and do coming into this third quarter. Currently down 20, running down the point totals individually. First off for Skutt, Ladwig leading the way with 10. McCabe has 8. Burt with 5. Kasner with 4. And Shutkowski with 3. For Gretna East, it is DeFini leading the way with 5 points. LaRock has 2. And Carly Williams with a free throw as well. 28-8 your score at halftime. Stay with us. We have more just around the corner here on News Channel Nebraska.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket, or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Sartor Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Sartor Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sartor Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding students and parents in my 37 years as a public school teacher. The two things I've noticed they all have in common: a love for their community and a pride in their school. I've seen that pride in my science students who become scientists, in parents who show up for every game and every parent-teacher conference, in former students who become community leaders. Nebraska public schools are indeed the heart of our communities.
John Henry's is now offering electrical service. Our service professionals have been helping with plumbing, heating, and cooling in Lincoln and the surrounding areas for more than 25 years. Now, we're proud to offer the same level of professionalism in our new electrical service. From a whole home rewire to adding new outlets or electric car chargers, John Henry's can be your one-stop shop for all your home's needs. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. Our family serving yours since 1996.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
One of my passions is always to help entrepreneurs, whether they're starting off right away or they've been in business for a long time. And for me, I believe that our community is the strongest when everyone chips in with their own expertise and passion, that's going to lift the tide and raise all boats. That's intentional. Intentional culture means a lot. I have the personal satisfaction of being there along the way.
Welcome back. About 90 seconds till third quarter action begins. Brandon Axelman, Andy Klass, and Eric McKay with you. Let's take a look at our Class B map. How the teams got here, Andy, and the miles traveled. Always fun to see. And Class B highly concentrated on the east side of the state. You had South Sioux City up north, making the second farthest trip. And of course, hats off to Scotts Bluff. This is not new to them. They're usually down at State, and they make the 400-ish mile road trip to get down to Lincoln. All the others fairly close in proximity, north of Elkhorn, Omaha, Skutt. All the others. As we are getting closer now to third quarter action, let's go to the third member of our broadcast team again, Eric McKay, for more.
Back at Pinnacle Bank Arena, about to start the second half. Just talked to both head coaches. Wade Coulter of Grenta, he said they need to do better at the things they do well. So this has been a very uncharacteristic game for them. Not used to being out-hustled and out-muscled on the glass like they have been. He said Skutt is good enough without them helping them out. He thinks his girls are ready to rise to the challenge of that in the second half. As for Coach Kip Colony, loves what they're doing defensively, but said he knows Gretna East is better than 8 points and a half. Says these first 4 minutes of the third quarter likely will be the difference in the game. Guys?
Thank you, Eric. 28-8 your score as we are in third quarter action. And we'll see what adjustments that Wade Coulter is able to implement and make happen here as they have their work cut out for them.
Bill Skipper putting a lot of pressure on the first 4 minutes of this third period. And he's probably onto something there. If Gretna East wants to make a run, they down in this 20-point hole, they got to get going sooner than later.
And we have a tie-up here, jump ball, and it will
stay here. One of the most impressive things from that first half was just how Omaha Skutt could work their offense. Kept going back to, well, they're not forcing anything. They're just flowing. They're just sharing the basketball. A number of times you saw multiple guards, you know, get a little penetration and kick out to a different shooter. You saw McCabe get it to Ladwig. Ladwig get it to Shikoski there. Just really nice job getting everybody involved.
$28-8 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A stop today. Open three. Levinson says if you're not going to step out, I'll let it fly.
That's a big one because that was an obvious adjustment that Skutt made coming in. They were not getting out on Levinson for that three, daring her to take her. That could be huge for Gretna East. An early three from Haley Levinson.
Burt with the drive. Loose ball grabbed by French.
Okay, so now a couple balls are bouncing the way of the Griffins. Can they make something of it?
And LaRocque loses it, but officials say kick, so it will stay here.
And I really appreciate that from Molly Ladwig, not only helping the opposing team up there, but not looking at the official saying, I didn't kick it, palms up, you know, that stuff. Love the demeanor that we're seeing from Skutt really across the board.
And the Skyhawks currently with a 17-point advantage. 7 seconds on the shot clock here for Gretna East. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And that'll be a shot clock violation. Tough defense from Skutt yet again.
Williams tried to make the case that, hey, that might have caught a little bit of iron before I got that rebound. The official's not buying it.
And then Levinson got a piece of that one, but then is called for the foul on the follow-up. 2 shots now for Ladwig.
Yeah, excellent job with the help defense, right? And then with that lengthy frame, getting the behind block, but there she is again. Molly Ladwig doing the dirty work, working the glass, and getting paid off for it. Finds herself at the foul line.
That instant replay is brought to you by 5 Points Bank, Nebraska's better bank. Always appreciate fans that bring, go above and beyond.
Yes.
Signs to the game.
My
Pictures.
goodness. We saw some creative ones at the Devaney last couple of days.
Again, glad that you're with us. If you are unaware, News Channel Nebraska, we televise 36 games over 6 days. So we were at Devaney the past 2 days, covering the C1, C2, D1, and D2 quarterfinals before coming here today. We'll be doing the same thing next week as well for the boys tournament. So just understand that we have you covered for high school hoops for both girls and boys basketball. And again, this is game 3 of 6 we'll be televising tonight as that basket goes for Kasner.
Kasner had to make such an adjustment to finish there, get that ball from right to left hand and get up with it. The athletic play.
Here's another look on that bucket from Kasner.
Just going right through the defense.
Now stolen by Ladwig, who has an unimpeded path to the basket.
My goodness. She has been hot from the jump. And, sometimes you say that. No, literally. She caught the jump and took a layup off the jump ball.
13 points and counting for Ladwig. Skutt sitting well right now, 33-11 here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll be back. Gretna East trailing Omaha Skutt 33-11 here on News Channel Nebraska. Our state basketball coverage is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. It's also presented by Allo. You can rely on honest, hassle-free pricing, ditch unclear terms, and switch to Allo Fiber today.
I think that was a good sign for all Gretna East fans. You had head coach Wayne Coulter talking things over with assistant coach Logan Hawley there. I like it when you see those interactions between the coaching staffs trying to figure it out, staying positive.
And that's one thing, too. There's still a quarter and a half to play, but Coach Wade Coulter said no matter the circumstance, this is a group of girls that doesn't give up and hasn't given up throughout this season in all of the games that they've played.
And it's worth noting, there's not a single senior on the roster here for this young program. So this experience alone is going to serve them well in the future.
All right, 3 off the mark.
Molly Ladwig saying, hey, I could use a breather. She's going to get a substitution here. I think she's going to have a double-double. Nine rebounds already after that last one. Hey, there's a coach we know.
Tom Taverdi, longtime Seward coach, now at Marion. That was a team that just missed out on making state, but he's been working on trying to turn that program around over the past couple of years. Steal by Gretna East, and Levinson gets it to drop. She now has 5 in the quarter.
Great awareness there from Levinson, knowing she had to get it up on the rim quick because the defense was crashing down.
And Kip Connolly will take a timeout for Skutt with under 3 to play in the third. We'll take a quick one as well. 20-point lead for Skutt here in the Class B semis on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Welcome back to State Tournament Basketball on NCN. Our coverage is presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. It's also presented by Woodhouse Auto, convenience delivered every time. Brandon Axum, Andy Klassen, Eric McKay with you for this one.
Coach looks pretty sharp in that yellow jacket, I gotta say.
And we're not biased at all.
Right. Well, that's exactly what head coach Kip Conley did want to see. Took a timeout to kind of settle down his squad, turn it over right out of the break.
Still full court pressure being shown by Skutt as they sort of back off into 3-quarter court press. Again, Gretna East getting across, but then turning it over.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between French and the post player. Levinson, I believe, was down there.
Good active hands from French. Stolen away. Defini, or Williams rather, wills her way to the rack, basket, and the foul.
Right there's why we highlighted Williams in the pregame. Excellent job by her teammate French, advancing that ball forward. Then French making that little bit of a Euro step on guess who? Peyton McCabe.
And this is a credit to Skutt. This is Williams' first field goal. She now has 3 points in total, hoping that she'll make it 4 by completing the 3-point play.
I think that speaks volumes of the defensive game plan Omaha Skutt came into this one with.
And a travel forced by Gretna East.
Okay, I think there's a little bit of nervousness setting in right now. Back-to-back turnovers. Griffin's getting things going on offense, scoring in the open court. Boy, we just haven't seen much of that so far this afternoon. And that's a huge part of how Gretna East likes to operate.
And Affini gets tied up. Possession arrow points to the Griffins. They'll keep it.
Just a fantastic job by McMahon, getting her hands in there, kind of feeling where the basketball was. Both student sections going with the white out here this afternoon.
Well attended by both schools. 8 to 10 rows deep in each section. We're under 2 minutes to go. 15 seconds on the shot clock here in the third quarter. Gretna East trying to put a little more pressure on Skutt here, heading into the final 8 minutes. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Now 4, 2, 1. Shot is off.
Oh.
Nearly fell for LaRock, but bounces back out.
Boy, we saw that, a lot of that in the first half. You know, good take, and it just kind of dances around up on the rim and doesn't go through the cylinder for the Griffins. Williams just daring Ladwig to go with their left.
Great deed there by Levinson, and then a foul is called. Well worth another look.
He's got a couple blocks already this afternoon. Maybe saw a little bit of a frustration foul.
Another foul called.
Okay, so the next foul on the Skyhawks, that's going to put Gretna East into the bonus. It's a great place to, you know, try and help carve out a comeback. It's from the foul line.
Deep three on the way. That one pops out as well, but an offensive board. Shot clock is off.
Huge board, but LaRock had the wherewithal when she went down to her knees, started dribbling so she wouldn't get called or whistled for that travel.
Officials say it's off the Griffins.
That was a really good job by both officials, looking each other up there to make sure they got that call right. And you didn't see much of an argument put up from Gretna East. Gotta feel like the officials did come up with the right call, right possession.
The foul number 4, getting the first personal foul. Second team foul.
9.2 ticks remain in this third quarter. 33-16 Skutt. Griffins need to hurry if they want a shot. Instead, great defense by Skutt. But it doesn't fall before the buzzer sounds. So after three, Omaha Skutt 33, Gretna East 16. Here on News Channel Nebraska. We'll be back with fourth quarter action.
Atlo's fiber internet has definitely increased the productivity of our office. It's one of those things with internet and being a marketing company, we have to have it on and running all the time. And it's always up. We don't run into lags, we don't run into latency issues. It doesn't vary throughout the day, it doesn't vary on weekends or busy time periods. They have local service here. We need to go talk to somebody. They're just a quarter of a mile away for us to be able to chat with somebody. And that is a huge peace of mind for me as a business owner. So not hesitate at all to recommend Allo to anybody.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo. High-key internet for a low-key price. Want to see what games we're covering? Follow on X at NCN Sports.
Welcome back, Gretna East fans. Hoping there's a comeback in the cards in the final 8 minutes. Now, if you're the Griffins, you held Skutt to 5 points in the quarter, which is great. But you were able to cut into that deficit by 3. You put up 8, held them to 5. You're going to need to do more than that here in the fourth.
Right. Love the defensive effort, and that's kind of what Gretna East is known for. But that offense is got to start going here. One 1-3-1 zone holds up again. Come down with the rebound. The rock pushing the pace.
It's going to stay with the Griffins. Working it inside to Defini, who goes down. Blocking fouls called on Ladwig. This fourth quarter is brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln, our fourth quarter sponsor.
Really a fantastic job from Gretna East finding the mismatch underneath. Defini having the height advantage over Ladwig. Also picking up that early foul here in that fourth quarter. We already talked about how, mounting a comeback, you're going to have to score in multiple ways, and from the foul line is one of the best ways you can do it.
Lindsay gets it over to LaRock.
Lindsay, she looks so young out there because she is. She's only a freshman, Brandon.
Again, to your point made earlier, no seniors on this Gretna East team as that layup doesn't fall for McCabe.
Wow.
Great follow-up by Kasner.
Wow. Cameron Kasner's been cleaning it up all afternoon long. It's her 8th board.
Lead back to 19. Rebound by McMahon.
Wow, what a drive. Oh my goodness.
And 3 pops in and out. Griffins will try to push the tempo here. Reach called on McMahon.
McMahon thought she had a clean one there. Gonna pickpocket. Feeney's gonna go to the line.
6 points and counting now for Defini. She's leading Gretna East in the points category, where this has been one that's hard to come by. Points for Gretna East. Michael Shively, our statistician, letting us know that the lowest point total for Grenta East was 34. That was a game against Lincoln Southwest, and right now they're well below that. Now, while they're not going to score consistently in the 50s or above, they still usually hit that 40 mark, and right now sitting at 17 at 6:07 in the fourth quarter. Clearly not where you want to be, and a credit to that goes to Skutt and the defense they're playing.
You know, just kind of looking up and down their schedule, they usually have that 10, even 15-point cushion, you know, amongst their opponents. Even though they're low scoring, they, as you, to your point, can usually keep the opponent about 10 points or more below them.
Great pass from McMahon there on the 5 points bank. Instant replay. Kasner, chance for a 3-point play here. Nice deflection from Williams. But it goes off her out of bounds Skutt ball.
Wow, just fantastic recovery defense from the Skyhawks. Not allowing anything cheap on the other end. And there you're seeing the maturity there from Kasner. She got it down low, but kicked it out.
On the break, Williams with the lay-in.
That's where the Griffins are at their best. Churning you over, scoring in the open court.
Full timeout taken by head coach Wade Coulter. We'll take one as well. You're watching the Class B semis on News Channel Nebraska.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good to Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good to Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good to Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
Welcome back. This is how we head into the timeout. A fast break and layup for Williams. Cuts it to 18 with 5:20 to go.
Well, a few more of those could make things interesting. So have a couple of, you know, pretty good shooters over there for Grenta East. If they can get things cooking from beyond the arc, that can make up a lot of ground in a hurry. You just kind of think of the maturity and the discipline that Omaha Skutt's been playing with. Obviously, it's an uphill battle.
Reminder to stay tuned. Class B semifinal number 2. Up next is Elkhorn North against Beatrice. In Elkhorn North, a team that Skutt knows pretty well.
Yes, they do.
A big reason why they don't have 2 state titles to their name. The last 2 years, it's been North Skutt, with North coming out on top. As you have a great take, and Heather Wadsworth just sticking with the play.
Great way to push. You just stuck with it, you know, getting a frantic defensive pressure from all around, then finally kept that pivot foot live all the way to the rim.
Pick and roll, trying to get it to Kasner, deflected away by LaRock.
She has done that a number of times at the bottom of that 1-3-1 zone. She is such a defensive weapon underneath there.
Ten seconds on the shot clock. 5, Wadsworth off the glass, too strong.
Kasner cleaning it up once again.
And nothing but net for McCabe.
Just a really nice flow to that entire offensive set. You had just a little bit of penetration there from a couple different guards, kicking it out. And they didn't force up a shot once again, Brand. They just waited and waited until they found a shooter with plenty of space to work with.
Another full timeout for Gretna East. We'll take one as well. 40-21, Skutt on top.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't, but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust a better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
Welcome back. 19-point lead for Skutt, 3:20 to go. The Skyhawks looking like it will be a third consecutive trip to the Class B state championship game.
Now they just played with fantastic poise up to this point. Really jumped on Gretna East early. Made things very difficult for them. Operating that half-court offense. Didn't allow them to get out and run, score in transition, which we've seen from Gretna East all season long. Young fans having fun up the Pinnacle Bank Arena. And McMahon not allowing for an easy bounce pass, just more defensive pressure just always coming at you from Omaha Skutt.
Ladwig ripping down another one. And she gets it up the court. Layup doesn't fall for Burt.
There's been a number of times where Ladwig's been able to come down with that board, and she has her eyes up. She has a great court vision. She's been able to beat the defense back through the pass. McMahon, corner three, buries it.
After the three, another timeout from Coulter. So we'll stay here. And again, want to remind you of everything that we have coming up still today. Elkhorn North Beatrice. So we're assuming at this point it's going to be Skutt. The odds makers would have Elkhorn North beating Beatrice. Don't tell that to the Beatrice fans who won in a wild one over Norris last night to advance to take on Elkhorn North, which is coming up next. Could be, you know, round three. Could be. Again, we'll see. Beatrice has the upset on their mind, but, you know, Skutt, we know that probably for certain it's going to be 3 straight to the state title. And as everybody usually knows, Elkhorn North, they've three-peated. They could make it a 4-peat should they advance and win.
And that's quite a culture, obviously, at Elkhorn North. But Beatrice has a nice culture as well. Jalen Weeks, the head ball coach down there, has some tradition in the city of Beatrice as far as coaching lineage goes with the name of Weeks.
You know, and of course, Auburn on the boys' side, they've done pretty well. They're going to be here next week.
Yeah, the other Weeks, right?
The other Weeks, yes.
Jalen's father, Jim Weeks, now down in Auburn. But again, really good energy there from head coach Wade Coulter, coaching him up. There we go. LaRock with the triple.
I was about to say, too, you look at Gretna East, a team that, you know, we've mentioned, first year as a program, first year as a school, no seniors on the team, and it starts with the culture, and, you know, Wade Coulter is big on culture, the head coach. He said, I found out I was going to be taking this job at Gretna East. I went to Gretna High's library in March of last year, about a year ago, had a meeting with these girls, and basically said, you know, if you don't have the expectation that we're going to be a team that competes to go to state every year, don't go out for basketball come up this summer, because that's what this program is going to be. I'm making that declaration right now. And he referenced that meeting, you know, back when I talked to him earlier this week about where it started and where they're at now, and said open gym started in the summer. Girls showed up. They understood the expectation and they were ready to roll, and it's just been a constant and steady process from summer ball on, where they've really exceeded expectations as far as he was concerned. He said, I saw our schedule, I thought we'd maybe go 500 at best. And here they are, not only making state, but getting a win, and are now in the semifinals.
Right? Yeah, 19-win season, not too shabby for year one. And it doesn't matter who you are, you run into Omaha Skutt, whether it's at state, during the regular season, a holiday tournament, more times than not, the Skyhawks are going to get the better of you. So even though they had ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw here at the state tournament, they still have so much to be proud about. And they know they can compete with the likes of Omaha Skutt. Just got a little bit more growing to do.
And just to continue with this point, you know, Levinson, LaRock, and Williams, they start for Gretna East. Soccer's their first sport, and they didn't play basketball at Gretna last year as sophomores because, you know, they wanted to focus on soccer, but they join a new school, haven't played since freshman year, and they start for Gretna East. And again, helped lead them to this point.
That's so much fun about being in a Class B or a smaller. I was from a small school, so obviously got to play multiple sports and be a starter, you know, multiple years. So it's a lot of fun. I think it helps grow and development, being able to go out for multiple activities, whether it's soccer, basketball, track, band, like all the extracurricular activities. Aggressive drive once again from DeFeeney. It's really like her length, you know. Causes problems, mismatch problems, the way she can handle the ball. And solid stroke from the foul line. Look at this defense still being administered by Gretna East. Not giving up, giving in. Conley had to call a timeout, save the possession.
Full timeout, we'll take one as well and wrap things up here. Skutt leading 45-26.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Final seconds of this Class B semifinal. Skutt moments away from heading back to the state championship game for the 3rd consecutive year.
Oh, wow. Ladwig ripping down another rebound. Just such an impressive performance by her. I believe that was her 12th board. Almost got the putback. Credit to Feeney, though, for getting there defensively. And on the other end, Pfaff's going to take a couple foul shots here. The feed from LaRock. Got a good look at it there at the 5 Points Bank. Instant replay. We have some substitutions here. Well-deserved round of applause from the student section of Gretna East.
So it will appear too in Skutt's dominance that they are able to hold Gretna East to its lowest scoring total of the season. But again, when you look at what Gretna East was able to do this year in year one, nothing to feel bad about.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Final seconds ticking down. And that will do it. 45-28 is your final score. Skutt is officially returning to the Class B final for the 3rd year and a row. Gretna East, first ever season as a program, ends in the semifinals. Stay with us here on News Channel Nebraska. Our post-game show is just around the corner.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice, sales and service with a smile.
My name is Jared. I've experienced a great deal of sin in my life. Alcohol, drugs, tobacco, sexual immorality, and much more. I was letting the devil control my life with the fantasy that these things would make me happy. All it did was make me feel empty inside. I was going nowhere and felt deceived. My heart was torn to a million pieces. At that point, I reached out to God. My life was changed. Yours can be too.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same. Plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Here at the postgame show with our player of the game, Molly Ladwig. Molly, a great job today. Talk about the defensive strategy. Grenta East is a talented club. You were able to hold them to 8 points in the first half and just kind of keep them off balance all game. What was the key there?
No, yeah, we were super excited that we held them to 8 points, and we've always been a defensive team. We practice defense a lot in practice, and so we really take pride in our defense, and we had a plan and we stuck to it, and yeah, all of our girls really, we did well on defense today.
Coach talks a lot about the culture of this team, about how important it would be to bring a championship to Omaha Skutt girls. What does the culture mean to you? How do you guys try to embody that on the court?
No, it means a lot. Like, we're all best friends off and on the court, and that just means a lot. It shows on the court. And yeah, Kip does a great job at giving the culture. It's a great culture, and yeah, we do really well, and we're all just a family there, and it's really awesome to be part of that team.
Regardless of who you're playing tomorrow, what's it going to take for Omaha Skutt to finally win a state championship?
It's going to be hard, and we know it'll always be hard, but we're ready. Like, we do a lot of hard stuff at practice, and we've definitely gone through a lot, and yeah, I think we're ready for it, and yeah, we just got to come out tomorrow and be ready, and we will be, so we're excited.
Well, Molly Ladwig, congrats on being our player of the game. Great job today. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's Molly Ladwig, our player of the game. Coach Kip Cullen, he's off doing coach stuff somewhere. We'll try and find him. He's on his way. Brandon, let's send it to you. We'll talk to Kip in a bit.
Thank you, Eric. Excellent work, and congratulations to Molly Ladwig, our player of the game, who finishes with a double-double. So while Kip Connolly's heading over to Eric, and while we're 15 minutes out from our next game, let's jump into our top plays and see how things went down the way they did. Top plays are brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big ticket items, Currency is here to help. Class B, semifinal number 1 on Friday. Top-seeded Skutt taking on Grenta East. Its first ever year as a program, making it to the semis, coming off a victory over Waverly. You have the layup there by Sonora DeFini to get things started. It's 3-3 early. Our player of the game, Molly Ladwig, doing good things early. She finished in double digits with points, had the layup there, and then in the first quarter and into the second, the threes started dropping for Skutt. That one from Shetkoski, it made it 15-4 heading into the second, and more from downtown in that second. Ladwig knocking one down from deep. There were 4 triples hit by the Skyhawks in the first 2 quarters. The Griffins were in a little bit of a lull for the majority of that first half, but getting a basket there was DeFini again, who had 5 in the half, 8 on the day. There's a 3 knocked down by Peyton McCabe, who had 14 on the night. It would be 28-8 Skutt heading into halftime, and it wouldn't get much closer than that throughout the second half. Ladwig with the breakaway layup there. She was one of 3 players to finish in double-digit scoring, along with Cameron Kasner. There's a bucket by Haley Levinson for the Griffins. As to their credit, they didn't give up and continued to battle, but ultimately Skutt too much, as there's a great pass from McMahon to Kasner. She finished with 10, as well as 10 rebounds, a double-double for her and Ladwig. More importantly, Skutt gets the victory 45-28. They are heading back to the state title game for the 3rd consecutive year. Well, Eric McKay has wrangled up Coach Kip Colony. Let's head down to the floor and hear from the winning head coach.
Thank you, Brandon. Here with Coach Kip Colony. Coach, you know, defensively, it's one thing to scheme a defense, but it's another to execute the way your players do. What did you see from your team today, execution-wise, that allowed you to play so well on the defensive side of the ball?
Honestly, we practice defense probably 90% of the thing. We're so intense in our practices. We got kids diving for loose balls, taking charges. We just do a ton of rotational drills and press, that kind of thing, and we just try to get after people, make them uncomfortable.
Talk to Molly Ladwig, our player of the game. You know, didn't quite have her shot early on, but she found so many ways to find winning plays. Talk about her performance today and what she's meant for you.
I mean, she's such a tough defend because she does so many good things for us. You know, we call her our utility player. I mean, she'll shoot threes, she'll do pull-up jumpers, she'll get in the paint, post up, and it's just a tough defend.
Coach, regardless of who you're playing tomorrow, and I asked Molly the same question, what does Omaha Skutt need to do to win your first ever state championship tomorrow?
Well, I think it starts on the defensive end, as you see. You know, we're going to get after it defensively, and we're trying to speed people up as much as possible, make them uncomfortable. Then we just also have to understand that it's a game of runs. And if we fall behind by a little bit, we can't make it up in one shot. You know, there's no 8 or 10-point shot out there. It's just got to be a score and a stop and keep at it.
Well, Coach, great job today. Congrats on the win. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
That's Coach Kip Colony. Brandon, Andy, let's send it back to you.
Thank you, Eric. It's just a matter of now, will it be round 3 of the Class B state final? If Elkhorn North wins, that would be the case. That's what we're going to see next. Here is your updated bracket presented by Currency. Skutt on to the finals for the 3rd straight year. Coming up next is Elkhorn North and Beatrice to see who gets the Skyhawks in the championship. We're going to take a break right now and come back with pregame in just a few short minutes for Beatrice and Elkhorn North here on Semifinal Friday.